No, but I can real quick. Here, let me take a quick peek.
What won't show up for you?
Yeah, I'm watching the stream right now. I have no idea, but yeah, you're definitely streaming right now. Right now, you're locked on Alan Bowes.
That's
No,
gotta be
you're not.
old, because he ain't
You're
in
locked
here.
on Ben Manning. Yeah, I can even hear myself, Rudy, talking on the stream.
Try a different browser.
Now, one thing I can tell you, Rudy, is I don't see the chat on the side. Like, you know how you have the chat normally? I can't see that, but I see that 5 people are watching it right now. Now, oh, you know what? Maybe nobody's chatting in the chat.
You mean the stream on your YouTube? I'll check it after I'm done.
Yeah, it says you're live now. I'm gonna. Yeah, the I see video, but there's nowhere for me to try to chat. You know what? Here it is. Say something.
Yeah, I see you, Tony. I just put hello.
Halo?
Hello. Yeah, I got you, Rudy. You're looking good, and see you in the text too. Well, it's working. It's working, I'll tell you that. Good luck, Rudy.
Well, I couldn't see the video, but apparently it is up, so I guess I'm not going to be able to chat with you guys tonight. I can't see it. I don't know. Weird. That's YouTube for you, so unpredictable. This says, please stand by. I guess I can see chat, but it's really kind of weird. I got it pulled up here. I guess I can see chat now. Alright, looks like that's going to wrap up practice. Sorry I wasn't available to keep you up to date on everything, but we're going to go ahead and play our national anthem here and kick things off, folks.
And now, the most famous words in motorsports. Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right. I don't know. Kind of a crazy day here today. Galen Gidman on the top spot right now. Thomas Keene, which was fastest in practice, coming in second. Few quick shout outs to some of our faithful viewers, Mr. and Mrs. Smallwood, Cameron, Diane, Sharon, Leanna, Dylan, Pat, Logan, Dan, and Tom Brandner. So thank you all for tuning in tonight for the IWCR Truck Series here at Martinsville. 150 laps are going to be turning here tonight, so going to be kind of slow paced till they get separated out a little bit, but I'm sure they're going to put on a good show as usual. Oh boy. Got Dushine for his birthday? Is that what he got? Oh boy. Look out for the youngster on the track drinking Dushine. Well, so far nobody's been able to beat Galen here, but I'm not sure if everybody has qualified yet or not. Still have not seen John Schweikert on the track yet. Unless he did and maybe tap the wall. If you tap the wall, it does nullify your lap. Yeah, I haven't seen him on track. James Lehman, Calvin Troy, Dalton England, Ken Worley, Eric Lambert, Alan Bowes, I think left. John Verga, Craig Hawkins, Travis Townsend, and Danny Breeden. They usually have about 10 minutes of qualifying, so we'll give them extra minutes here. Still looking at a few guys that did not qualify. Like we only got 15 qualifiers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, folks. Like to have our subscribers here at MaxSpeedTV. You can check us out at Facebook, facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. Also check out our website at MaxSpeedTV.com. All right, that's going to wrap it up for qualifying, and we're going to head on over here to the track and see where everybody does line up. All right, Galen Gidman on the pole with a 20.490. Congratulations to him for snagging the pole here tonight. Thomas Keene starting second. Matt Cucker in third. Brian Wilderson fourth. Stephen Hollingsworth in fifth. Charles Grant Jr. in sixth. Daniel Smallwood coming in seventh. James Moss eighth. Ben Manning ninth. Tony DeGennaro in 10th. Joe Roberts 11th. Jeffrey Porter in 12th, Kevin Spaulding 13th, Randall Drake 14th, Joshua Witherspoon in 15th, Alan Bowe's not in tonight, Dalton England 17th, Travis Townsend 18th, John Schweikert 19th, James Lehman 20th, Ken Worley 21st, John Verga 22nd, Calvin Troy 24th, Eric Lambert 25th, Danny Breeden in 26, and Craig Hawkins rounding out the field in 27. Ah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You got a butt kicker, huh? That's awesome. I know a lot of people would really love to have one of them. They are pretty cool from what I've gathered. Okay, so let's get them wound up here, folks. Gonna get the pace car going to go on pit road here one more lap around. They do run 2 laps around these short tracks. One more lap around and we're going to let them go. All right, pace car heads for pit road. Galen Gidman bringing him to the line. Thomas Keene on the outside, waiting on the green. Everybody anxious. Green, green, green. Thomas Keene ducking right to the bottom, right out of the gate, right in front of Matt Cucker. Matt looking to the inside of Thomas Keene as Thomas got a little loose coming out of the turn. And he's going to give up that spot to Matt Cucker. Hollingsworth in fourth. Brian Wilderson stuck up on the outside. That's going to leave the door open to Daniel Smallwood, and he slips right into it and takes up fifth. Wilderson almost getting into the back of Daniel Smallwood, as these guys are all finally starting to get spread out around the field back here. We got some battling going on side by side. Tony DeGennaro and Kevin Spalding. Spalding driving the police truck. Gonna get by Tony. And also, looks like we've got some other ones there. Travis Townsend gonna slip through the gate. And here comes John Schweikert. I talked to John about the paint job on that truck, and I told him, I said, dude, I got some fishing lures that color. Oh, Kevin Spalding into the wall. Travis Townsend, him and Travis get together. Travis goes into 12th after starting 18th, so he's working his way up through the field. Joe Roberts falling in behind Jeffrey Porter. Joe started 11th. Here he is in 10th. Jeffrey Porter in 9th. Falls right in behind Ben Manning. Ben Manning been running really well lately. Matt Cucker, the new leader out front, led the last lap, and this is lap 2 as he got by Galen Gidman, and I missed that battle. Trying to go back through the field a little bit there. Missed that battle. Sorry about that, folks. Keene in third. Stephen Hollingsworth fourth. Hollingsworth giving Keene a little push down the straightaway. Sneezing my head off. Hay fever, folks. Joe Roberts still in 10th. Travis Townsend in 11th. And we have the first caution on the racetrack, folks. Let's see where it was at. Obviously nowhere. Okay. I didn't see where anybody wrecked or anything. Sneezing my head off. Hay fever, folks. Whoops. Joe Roberts still in 10th. Now. Travis Townsend in 11th. And we have the first caution on now the racetrack, this thing's going to come alive. Where was that? Stupid YouTube. Sorry about that. Wow. Repeating everything I said. All of a sudden the thing kicks on. Been having trouble with it for an hour. Couldn't get it to come on, and now all of a sudden it comes on. Okay. Well, I couldn't find where the caution was, folks. It didn't take me to any accident or anything, so I'm not really sure what happened there. All kinds of rookie issues going on here tonight. I don't know what the heck's going on. I apologize. You know, you guys that watch me all the time, you know I don't normally have issues like this, so I apologize. So Matt Cucker coming in pit road. Eric Lambert looks like he is just coming off of pit road. He may have been the one that was in the wreck. I'm not really sure. But Galen Gidman is back in the lead. First caution out already on about lap 10. So it looks like we're almost going to be starting back where we came from. Mason, I don't have pricing actually listed anywhere. If you could send me a PM on iRacing. To be honest with you, right now I'm kind of booked up, but depending on the time and everything, I may be able to squeeze it in. Like every other Saturday, early Friday evenings, things like that. But here, I'll give you my name, and just PM me on iRacing and I'll answer you back, okay? I'm really kind of booked up, to be honest with you, but I might be able to squeeze something in. All right, pace car's in, ready to go green, and we are off and going again. Galen takes the lead. Not exactly sure. I think I got something messed up here. Oh, boy, yeah. Thomas Keene is our new leader. I was way behind. Man, what's up with this? I'm having all these rookie mistakes. People are watching and I'm making mistakes. What's up with that? Galen Gidman, way out of the line, falls back to the 7th place. Travis Townsend right there in 8th. Man, the only reason why I went back to Galen because I thought he was in the lead, and we have another caution, folks, so let's go see where it's at. Oh, Tony DeGennaro getting into the back of Calvin Troy, and I think that's what started that whole mess. So let's go back and watch that one more time. I believe, let's see, that was Tony DeGennaro. And let's see if we can pick up the action here where he got into the back of Calvin Troy. And that's the only place that it went to. Looks like Calvin Troy. I don't believe I did that. Man, I don't know what the heck I am doing here. I am like a rookie. Man, I got all kinds of buttons backwards and everything here. Anyhow. I don't make mistakes like this, folks. I don't know what the heck's going on. All right, we're going to get back up live. Scratch that one. Wow, that's 2 of them. Well, it's been nothing but issues here since I started tonight. YouTube problems, and it finally kicked in. Voices going on, and I'm what the heck's going on? And then I'm having camera problems. Ah, man. You'd think this was my first day of doing this or something. I've been doing it for 3 years. Over 3 years. I apologize, folks. Man. All right, so Thomas Keene out front, Daniel Smallwood second, Brian Wilderson third. And I'm just having all kinds of issues. Brian Wilderson third, Charles Grant fourth, Joe Roberts fifth, Galen Gidman in sixth, Travis Townsend seventh, James Lehman up to eighth, Jeffrey Porter ninth, John Schweikert is your top 10. Oh, well, yeah, send me a PM anyhow, and I'd rather tell you that way than over the air here. I'd appreciate that, Mason. All right, caution number 2 out. Pace cars headed down pit road. We're ready to go green. Thomas Keene going to be bringing them around to the line. Daniel Smallwood on the outside, front row for the first time today. Keene hits the throttle and green flag is in the air. Wilson taking a peek on the inside right there of Charles Grant. Everybody trying to get back up to speed. Galen Gidman on the outside of Joe Roberts. Those two teammates, I do know that. Travis Townsend sticks his nose in there. No, I haven't been drinking any Dewshine, thank you very much. I don't drink. And we have another caution. What's going on here? John Schweikert spinning around. Okay, let's go back and take a look at that one more time here. I want to see if I can get a bird's eye view of what happened here. It looks like he gets a little tap there from Calvin Troy. I'm not sure if that was enough to upset that truck, but it looked maybe. I'm not sure if Schweikert had a good grip on that truck or not when he went into the turn here. And I'm thinking maybe Calvin Troy may have just upset the air around it one more time. Oh, a stack up there. Jeffrey Porter kind of stacking them up. That's what happened. Absolutely no fault of Calvin Troy that I can see. I'm not an admin. All right, so Schweikert heading for pit road. Thomas Keene still in the lead here, folks. I don't usually charge by the hour, Mason. I charge by the broadcast. I have a set price for up to 2.5 hours. I don't charge by the hour. I'd rather that you just sent me a PM on iRacing and I'll get back to you, okay? I'll let you know. And then I do package deals too. If you have like 15 race season, then I'll do a package deal with you and you know, cut it significantly. And I usually just charge by the race. But that price will cover up to 2.5 hours, and if it goes over the 2.5 hours, it's just another $5 for an hour. And the reason why I charge more for the first part is setting up all the graphics and getting YouTube set up and dealing with all the stuff you got to normally deal with, get everything set up and ready to go, you know. So that's all included in that price. But if it goes over that 2.5 hours, it's just another $5 per hour. Okay, lights off on the pace car, and we're ready to go green once again. I'm kind of surprised, Mr. Smallwood. You think I'm a drinker? No, I haven't touched this stuff in a good many years. Pace car's in. Keene going to bring him to the line once again. He's been out front for 11 laps. Let's see if he can stay out there. Smallwood on the outside. Green, green, green. Oh, yeah, I know. I asked Daniel about that. I thought it was an actual alcoholic beverage, and he said, no, it's just like a soda. And I said, oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know what the stuff was. Charles Grant in fourth. Joe Roberts fifth. Galen Gidman up on the high side with Travis Townsend getting a little loose coming out of the turn. Whoa. Oh, they're stacking up again here, folks. What's going on? Everybody getting stacked up. That's going to change things up a little bit. Matt Cucker goes into 7th. Townsend into 5th. These guys are getting a little rough out here. That's Martinsville for you, though. Short track racing at its best. And we have another caution, folks. Let's go see where it's at. Oh my, James Lehman and looks like the number 79 there of Joshua Witherspoon, the new guy on the block. Let's see what happens here to Joshua. Looked like he got a little loose coming out of the turn here, I believe. James Lehman kind of got into the side of him, it looks like. And that sends James into the fence, and that stacks up Schweikert and all. So, man, bunch of wrecking going on here, folks. You guys are going to have to get a grip on it here, huh? Keen staying out yet again. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, Mason. These guys don't normally drive like that. Please don't take this the wrong way. I'm not knocking the new guys. I just think these guys have got to learn to drive around the new guys, and the new guys got to learn to drive around them. They're all used to racing each other week after week, and actually night after night, because they all raced together last night in the Gen 6 series. So when you throw a new guy in there, you can probably relate to that. A new guy kind of, he's got to learn how to race around them, and they got to learn to race around him, and it does kind of throw a little clinker in it a little bit, but they'll get used to it, and either they'll get used to it or they'll just have too many wrecks and won't be able to finish the race. I mean, I feel bad for them, and and everything, but they'll get the hang of it here. They'll just have to learn how to drive around each other. All right, 117 to go. Okay, lights off once again. Keene and Smallwood on the front row. Matt Cucker third. Galen Gidman back into fourth place. Everybody getting stacked up again here. Wow. Pace car's in. Keene hits the loud pedal. Green is out. Smallwood hanging in there with them. Matt Cucker on the inside. This is getting wild. Smallwood a little squirrely on the exit of that turn. Cucker to the inside of Keene. No dice that time. Randall Drake up to fifth. Got the tide ride in fifth place. No, it's just on YouTube. Just here on YouTube. I don't usually broadcast to Twitch that much anymore because they'll only let you broadcast 720p, and I like to broadcast in 1080p. So that's why I don't really do a whole lot of Twitch broadcasting anymore. Stephen Hollingsworth back into 8th. Tony DeGennaro goes back to 9th. Calvin Troy in 10th. Joe Roberts looks to the inside of Calvin. Not sure if he's going to be able to make that pass. Calvin really loose coming out of turn 4. And right on his tail is Charles Grant. Ben Manning looking on. Ben's been on a hot streak lately, so we're going to watch for the Ragu machine to get up there in the hunt. And here comes Travis Townsend on the inside of Ben Manning to take up that spot. These guys coming off a pit road with new tires. If you can't watch it in 1080, you might turn it back to 720 on here on YouTube. Just click that little gear down there in the bottom right-hand corner of the viewing screen, and you can adjust it down to 720 if you want. Uh-oh, we got another caution on the track here, folks. We've got a bunch of them stacked up. Oh man, Thomas Keene looks like he was into it. Let's go see what happened to Thomas, because he was our leader. He was our leader going into this, and I don't know exactly what happened here, but we're fixing to find out. Oh, a little help from Matt Cucker into the turn. And Smallwood gonna help him on around, getting more damage. Galen Gidman loose too. Oh my, look at them stacking up here, folks. Oh my, ouch, ouch. Oh, my body hurts just looking at all this pile up. This is not like these guys, I assure you. Not like them at all. Jeffrey Porter going to be showed as our leader right now. Randall Drake second, Hollingsworth third, and Charles Grant fourth. Eric Lambert up to fifth. He's coming down pit road though. But that's going to leave Thomas Keene in fifth now. Just you use what the overlays up there has the camera controls right on it. IRTVO has the camera controls right on it, so I can adjust the cameras from there. But if you don't have that, you can actually use your keyboard. You use your V and C keys. V is in victory, is your vehicle. And C is your camera, and when you want to go backwards, you just hit your Shift V and Shift C. That goes backwards for you. But I use IRTVO. It has all the cameras listed right on there, and I can go right through the cameras. There's a TV3, TV2, TV1. There's a gearbox. There's the nose, roll bar, which I have aimed back at the driver. Left front, left rear, right front, right rear, cockpit view. It's all done right on IRTVO. Here's the blimp view. Alright, tightening up the field here once again. Let's get these guys going again. 5 cautions already in 45 laps. Totally uncharacteristic of these guys. I assure you, these guys don't race like this. Pace car is in. Jeffrey Porter gets a chance to lead some laps and bring them to the line. No, I have 3 monitors, but you can do it with 2. Jeffrey Porter gets a great start. Hard to do it with 1 with IRTVO. Hollingsworth in second, as he got by Matt Cucker. And Ben Manning on the inside here, fighting with, looks like Charles Grant stuck on the outside. John Schweikert back in business. Got a little damage on his truck, but he's got most of it fixed up. And I think pretty much it's just cosmetic. Aerodynamics are not that important here, just pretty much for handling. Daniel Smallwood on the inside of Ken Worley. Smallwood working his way back up. Yes, I have 3 monitors, but you could do it with 2 easily. I just have 3 because I have other things on my third one. Caution out again, folks. Let's see where it was. James Lehman. I didn't see him wreck or anything. But that's where it took me. I don't know why, but... I don't know. It took me to James Lehman. I don't know. Boy, the things are really acting weird tonight, and it's not giving me accurate stuff here, what's going on. Oh yeah, Matt's a good racer. Yeah, Matt's a really good racer. He's been on a hot streak lately too. He come off of a win here just a couple of weeks ago, and man, he has just been extremely hot. Definitely pulling away from the field and showing these guys, giving them a what for, man, I'm telling you, just whooping their butts. All right, this is caution number 6, folks, and it's getting about that time of the field's going to start weeding out here. It looks like Danny Breeden on pit road, James Lehman on pit road. These guys pretty much staying out here. Jeffrey Porter has not been on pit road yet today. Yeah, this isn't really accurate, but I believe he has not been on pit road yet. He's been staying out there through some of these cautions and stuff. So driving a Toyota today. Playing with the pace car driver. I ain't good there, Jeffrey. You're teaching these youngsters bad things. All right, looks like everybody back out on the track but Danny Breeden. I'm not sure why Danny's not back out on the track, but could be, well, I think he has a blinking issue of some type because I see him blinking a lot. Okay, pace car's in. Porter going to bring him to the line. Cocker on the outside. Let's see. Boy, Jeff Porter does not waste any time. Cocker in second, Hollingsworth third, Smallwood in fourth, Charles Grant fifth, as Ben Manning gets by him on the inside. Good run. I don't know, Danny. I couldn't find what the deal was there. I couldn't find what the caution was. If it was you, it didn't go to it, Danny. I'm sorry. I don't know what was going on there. Ken Worley in seventh, and he takes a look on the inside of Charles Grant, and it looks like he may be able to get that. Grant comes back on the outside, though, gets a good run off of the turn, and they're still battling side by side. Ken Worley not giving up on that inside, and it looks like he may be able to, if he can outbrake him going into the turn, I believe he does have him. And here comes Brian Wilderson on the inside of Charles Grant now. Looks like we may be settling into a little bit longer green flag run this time. Jeff Porter still out front, and he's got Matt Cucker right on his tail. Matt Cucker giving him a tough time right now. Jeff trying to protect that inside line as much as he can. Logitech truck running really well right now. Almost getting into the back of him. Matt Cucker had to brake hard and go to the outside, or he would have got into the back of him for sure. That's a good battle going on between them two. Cucker gets a good run that time. Let's see if he can beat him and outbrake him into the turn. And it looks like he may be able to do it. And he does complete that pass right in the turn. That's awesome driving right there. So you are right, Mason. He does have a good setup. And caution on the track one more time. And I don't know, man, why this thing is not working correct. Oh, there we go. It's taken me to somebody else. So I'm not really sure. I think that might have been Charles Grant, believe, that wrecked. Yes, it was. Okay, let's go back and take a look at that. And it looks like Galen Gidman got into the side of him, and it just continued from there. So Charles Grant getting spun around, and he is back on pit road. So, okay, it looks like Daniel Smallwood staying out as Matt Cucker bringing them all down pit road, folks. Smallwood staying out long enough to lead a lap. Jeff Porter on pit road. All right, right side's going on in Cucker's truck. And left side, so 4-tire change, topping off the fuel and good old Sunoco fuel going in that truck. Daniel Smallwood staying out and will lead this lap. Gidman second. Thomas Keene back up to third. Kevin Spalding fourth. And that'll put Matt Cucker in fifth. Caution number 7. These guys don't normally drive like this, so I'm not sure. It's been you'd swear they were at Bristol tonight. Actually, I've seen them run a whole lot better at Bristol than they are tonight. And that's a fact. Matter of fact, they ran Bristol last night in the Gen 6 cars, and I don't think they had this many cautions. .87 laps to go, folks, so we're creeping up on the halfway mark. This being caution number 7 for 32 laps. So that takes quite a chunk out of half of the rate. Half of the laps that they've ran so far have been under caution. So, wow. That's not a good percentage. All right, looks like lights are out on the pace car. We're ready to go green, folks, so get ready. Pace car's in. Now Daniel Smallwood in command of the start. Gidman right there on the outside. Green, green, green. Keene goes with his teammate Smallwood. Drives it in there pretty hard, leaving Gidman stuck up on the high side, and here comes Matt Cucker back as he takes a look on the inside of Gidman. We got Hollingsworth, Jeff Porter on the inside of Hollingsworth there for just a minute. Now he falls back in behind him. Travis Townsend working over Ben Manning on the outside, or Ben Manning working over Travis Townsend. Travis right on the bumper there of Randall Drake. Tries to outbrake him, but boy, Randall's really strong. The Tide Ride looking good tonight. Thomas Keene out on the outside. Oh, and him and Galen Gidman almost get together, and he gets into the back of Matt Cucker. And no caution yet, folks. What? How can that be? How can that be? No caution. Now the caution comes out? Okay, after the whole field went by? Weird things going on in here tonight, folks, I'm telling you. Okay, let's go back and see this one more time here, because I want to see what happened here. Thomas Keene gets into the back of Matt Cucker. Matt actually drove it in there pretty good, a little wiggly into the turn. Keene on the outside, looks like he's going to get drove down a little bit, and he tries to pinch Gidman down, and drives it in there a little bit too hard and gets into the back of Matt Cucker. And it was no caution. That was weird. That was just totally weird. Caution don't come out when you need it, but when you don't need it, it sure does come out. I'm sure there's a few of these drivers that can attest to that. If they get out there a 2 or 3 or 4 second lead and then all of a sudden a caution comes out. They just hate that. I hate it for them too, because they work so hard at, you know, their setups and everything. This being an open setup league, it's you know, it's tough. The guys work hard on their setups and they get out there in the lead and a caution comes out. And it's like, well, what brought the caution out? Nobody knows. All right, every car's getting their laps back here. Guys coming off pit road just ahead of the pace car. That was kind of close. Looks like Joe Roberts is out of the race, possibly. I think he had some damage as well. Nope, there he is. Going to be back at the back end of the field. 4-tire change. Yeah, he's going to be back in 21st position, about 5 laps down, folks. All right, so Gidman back in command up here for, he's been in driver's seat now for 11 laps. We've had 10 lead changes already in the race. Looking back here, Thomas Keene's led 24 laps. Daniel Smallwood's led 10. Matt Cucker's led 9. Jeffrey Porter's led 18, and Galen Gidman's led 11. Okay, lights off on the pace car. Matt Cucker just coming off of pit road. Wow, he's going to be back there a ways. Be the last one on the lead lap in 18th place, as these guys are just about ready to get released here to go. So pace car is in, Gidman waiting and waiting to hit that loud pedal, and there he goes, folks. Green is out. Hollingsworth with a great start. Travis Townsend almost getting into the back of them. These guys, man, some of them taking a wide berth around there. Who was that? Ken Worley, Thomas Keene. These guys really getting crazy up here now. Uh-oh, we've got another pileup. Oh, man, this is getting bad here, guys. This is getting pretty bad. I'm almost embarrassed. And this isn't even my league. I just broadcast for them, and I'm embarrassed. As they all stack up here, looks like Schweikert ahead of Keene. I'm trying to figure out what happened here. Oh, okay. Ben Manning a little loose, comes over into the side of Keene, and that's what started the whole thing going. And then it was on from there. Oh boy. A bunch of them getting into it. Joe Roberts into it again. Okay, let's get back up here live. Let's see if everybody stays out. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you the way it's looking right now, Eric might be a good candidate for a win here tonight. Eric's running back in 10th, and I don't really see any damage on his truck. Well, maybe a little bit on the left front corner. Yeah, that's about all I see. He could be a good candidate for a win here tonight. A little bit on the left front corner there. It's just cosmetic. It's not going to affect the feel of the truck. It's just the cosmetic. Those fenders ain't going to make it go any faster on this short track. Okay, we're a little past halfway now, and this is caution number 9 for 41 laps. So over half of what they run now is under caution. 41 laps out of the last 79 have been under caution, folks. And again, like I said, this is not characteristic of these guys. These guys are way better drivers than this. Probably some of the best drivers, I would say, in iRacing. So. That's right, Danny. Little duct tape on there and you'd never know it. Okay, pace cars in. Gidman ready to bring him to the line. Hollingsworth still in tow. Gidman hits the throttle, and we're under green. Townsend now on the inside of Jeff Porter to take up the third position. We got Ben Manning just coming off a pit road right in front of the leader. Randall Drake in fifth. Some of these guys kind of mess up here. Daniel Smallwood in seventh. John Schweikert eighth. Ken Worley ninth. And Eric Lambert still in 10th. Beating and banging on each other, folks. You'd swear it was a demolition derby. Well, thank you there, Gamester. Appreciate that. Wow, man. Yes, please hit that subscribe button. Matt Cucker now back into 11th as he's trying to work his way back into the mix of things. Tony DeGennaro in 12th. Tony's been trying to keep a good clean truck tonight, and I think the only damage he's got is he got a little bit of damage from getting tapped in the rear there on the driver's side back corner. May have a little left front damage too, but not too bad. James Lehman in 13th. Oh, he goes into 12th now. So getting interesting in the front. Hollingsworth again this week putting the pressure to our leader. He's staying right there with Gidman, and Townsend back quite a little ways from him. Got Jeff Porter on his tail. Brian Wilson back into the mix. This thing comes up on Jeff Porter. Jeff hits the throttle and gets out of his way as Wilson kind of falls back a little ways now. Oh, we got another one. Schweikert into... didn't see who that was he got into, but let's see who that was. That brings out the caution again. I don't think that was the right guy that he wanted to hit. That's the league owner there, Randall Drake. If that's who it was he got into the back of. Yes, it was. Now, that's not a good guy to get into the back of right there, John. No, Randall probably not too happy about that one. Okay, back up here. These guys all come down pit road. I think Galen's gonna... No, Galen's staying out. Some of the guys coming down pit road, though. changes up things a lot. Joshua Witherspoon there, the guy that was in that one of the first wrecks, and I think it was just learning how to race around these guys, is actually back up into 7th place now. So this is good news for him. And it looks like he's heading for pit road now, joining the rest of these guys. But Galen Gidman staying out. Ben Manning bringing the Ragu machine down pit road. See if we can find him. Joe Roberts on pit road. A lot of these guys are 1 or more laps down. Ben Manning was just come off of pit road just before they got the green flag, and come out actually right in front of the leader. 4 tire change and a full tank of Sunoco. And it looks like he's going to sit there and get a little damage. Nope, he is out of there. Joe Roberts beating him off of pit road. Joe back in 20th place right now. Gidman still in the lead. Hollingsworth 2nd, Jeffrey Porter 3rd, Daniel Smallwood 4th, and Eric Lambert up to 5th. Go Eric! Who was it that was rooting for Eric? The Gamester was rooting for Eric. There you go. He's running in 5th. And they keep running laps like they're running right now. And we may be finishing this race under caution. This is caution number 10, folks, in 93 laps. So, and again, over half of this race has been under caution. Well, it is Martinsville. You got to take that into consideration. Martinsville just a tough track. You know, you don't have a good setup for here. It can be pretty rough. Pace cars in. Galen Gidman waiting to bring them around. Green, green, green. Hollingsworth truck all jacked up in the back there. He's been, oh man, a little bit of dicing around back here. Eric Lambert kind of getting diced around. Looks like Ken Worley up there with him, and they're 3 wide right behind him. Schweikert, Wilderson, and Keene. Keene backs out of it, seen what was going to happen. Schweikert did not, and neither did Wilderson. He stayed right in it. Cucker up the middle. And here he comes in 9th on the inside of Brian Wilderson, and he goes into 9th. Oh, Eric Lambert, just seen Eric spinning a little bit right there, and that's going to bring out another caution. I think he might have got spun, but let's go see. No, just a self-spin, getting back in the throttle a little bit too early. It don't look like he hit anything, though. He locked it right down, and nobody got into him, thankfully. Eric trying to keep that truck as clean as he can tonight, and he's doing a pretty good job of it, too. So I'm thinking here Stephen Hollingsworth is going to be our new leader. Galen Gidman finally taking the blunt of it here and coming down pit road. I think he says it's time for new tires. Well, there you go, Felix. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you in chat. All right, Galen comes around to his pit stall. I'm sure it's going to be 4 tires. Brian Wilderson in his pit stall. 4 tires for Gidman, and he'll come out 11th. Maybe going to sit there a little bit longer and try to get some damage fixed up. In the meantime, Hollingsworth is in command of the race. No, he didn't hit anything. You can see Hollingsworth's truck there is all jacked up. See if we can get down here a little closer and check that out. You can see he's got some damage on the back, but doesn't seem to be affecting his speed any. I don't see much damage, or if any, on the front. Maybe a little on the right front corner, but he seems to be okay. Smallwood, let's check out Smallwood's truck here. He's got a little right front corner damage and a little bit right rear damage. Other than that, he seems to be okay. He'll be starting on the outside front row. Travis Townsend, no damage on the rear. Quite a bit on the front, though. But I think a lot of that is cosmetic. Not a big issue here on a short track. Thank you, Felix. Appreciate that. I try my best, brother. Try my best. Kind of getting used to being in the booth by myself now. I've been doing it long enough that there's a lot to do for one person, but I can handle it. Not my first rodeo. Okay, lights off on the pace car, ready to go back green. Pace car heads for pit road. Hollingsworth ready to get them going. Comes out of the straightaway and hits the throttle. Smallwood right with him, and Travis Townsend looking to try to get a run on Smallwood going into the turn. Ken Worley with a good run inside Jeff Porter. And here comes Matt Cucker inside of John Schweikert, as these guys are still 2x2 back here. Porter not giving a whole lot of room to Matt Cucker. There comes out of the turn a little squirrely and kind of bounces off of Matt Cucker. And Thomas Keene driving it in there, man, like he stole it. Right on the inside of John Schweikert. And now he tries to get a run on Jeff Porter. No dice this time. Schweikert fights back on the outside. I got to ride along with John Schweikert here for a minute and watch this battle going on here between him and Keene. Boy, he's not giving a whole lot of room to Schweikert, and I know those two are friends, and they ain't racing like friends right now. Schweikert just, I think, wants to come out of here with a decent finish. I'm sure he'd like to win, because I know that's John's style. But it just may not be meant to happen tonight. I don't know. And we got a brand new leader, Smallwood, up in front as he got by Hollingsworth. Out there in clean air, and that does mean a lot. And he's got an 8/10 second lead over Stephen Hollingsworth now. Travis Townsend in third. Let's go back in the field here a ways as Tony DeGennaro in 13th. Eric Lambert 14th. James Moss. I haven't even talked about poor James tonight. The last one on the lead lap. I apologize, James. Man, I'm bad. I got bad manners here. Oh, Eric Lambert out of shape. Spins it around, no caution. And gets it going again. I don't think anything's hurt but his pride. I don't think anybody hit him or he didn't hit anything, so just nothing hurt but his pride there, folks. But James Moss, I was talking about, he's been involved in a wreck there earlier, and it's showing a little bit of the wear on him, but he's okay. Calvin Troy back out on the track, running about 20 laps down to the leader. And we got 41 to go, folks. And Smallwood got about a 1 second lead over Stephen Hollingsworth. And here comes Matt Cucker on the inside of Travis Townsend. That could be an even match there. Townsend almost into the wall and falls in behind Cucker. Cucker goes into third. Ken Worley with a great run here tonight in fifth. He had a really good run last night too. Well, thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. Okay, yeah, you're new to the league, so okay. Well, you can go back and watch some of the last past ones that I've done. This is, I think, about my 6th season that I've been with IWCR, so there's a lot of IWCR videos here on YouTube for you to watch. I do their Gen 6 series on Friday nights and the truck series on Saturday nights. Thomas Keene in 6th. Schweikert comes up on him in 7th. Jeffrey Porter back to 8th. Brian Wilderson 9th. And Galen Gidman back into the top 10. Yeah, look at the Dewshine truck go. He's got a 1.2 second lead over Stephen Hollingsworth. And Hollingsworth's got trouble there with Matt Cucker on his tail. Well, I'd personally like to thank each and every one of you for watching the race here with us tonight. This is it's been a good race. Even though we've had quite a few cautions, it's still been some good racing on the track. Cucker on the inside of Hollingsworth now for 2nd place. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, Hollingsworth into the wall, and that's going to do it. Cucker just waited for him to make a mistake and capitalized on that. Now Travis Townsend comes up on Hollingsworth. I wanted to go back and find Randall Drake. Randall got caught up there with, actually got the old punt job from John Schweikert there earlier and spun out on the track, but he's doing all right now. He's got it back up into 11th place. Yeah, that's pretty cool there. Well, thank you, Derek. I appreciate that. Man, a lot of good compliments. Man, where are you guys at when I need all the compliments? Man, I'm loving this. This is great. You guys tune in every night, please. Tucker, 2.5 behind Smallwood. Smallwood got by, he got by Eric Lambert, so that puts Eric a lap down in 15th place. The next one to go a lap down would be James Moss, and he takes it way out wide in the turn. Maybe having some steering issues now. He's got quite a bit of damage on that truck, and he's really maybe struggling with some steering problems right now. He's trying to stay ahead of Smallwood. Smallwood just too tough for him here. Comes up on him, and James gives him plenty of room and does go a lap down. Next one to go. Oh, I missed it just as that happened. James Moss gets turned around by Calvin Troy. Well, let's go see this. That kind of looked pretty rough there. Just as I tuned away, that happened. Oh, it was Eric Lambert and him that got together. Oh. And then Calvin Troy got collected into it. So that brings out caution number 12 here tonight, folks. Let's see if Smallwood brings them down pit road now. Wow, you guys are awesome. Wow, well that's quite the compliment. I appreciate that so much. It's really cool. Yes. Yeah, all their races, their Gen 6 series and their truck series are here. I do broadcast 6 nights a week. About to go back to 7 again here very soon, probably in about 2 weeks. We'll be back broadcasting on Sunday nights again for SRA. 2 or 3 weeks, I think. Yeah, they're off for the next 2 weeks, so it'll be in 3 weeks. We'll be broadcasting again on Sunday night, so I'll be back to 7 nights a week again. Saturdays are usually my busiest. I do the European Stock Car Championship on Saturday afternoons. That starts at about 2 o'clock Eastern, and I think I finished up about 4:30 this afternoon, and then I have a little bit of a break. I can eat my dinner and get in, have time to relax a little bit before I do IWCR at night. So, and I was doing 3 on Sundays, and wow, it was a bit too much, believe me. Well, thanks. I'll take that as a compliment. Oh, Buddy Baker, heck yeah. Buddy Baker, he was the best. He was pretty awesome. But Monday night I have GAC. Tuesday night is Maximum Speed Racing. Wednesday nights I do Mach Speed. Thursday night, every other Thursday night I do Maximum Velocity. And then the opposite Thursday nights, I do Max Speed. We have a truck series that we run on Thursday nights, but I don't know the way it's been lately. We've been having some pretty bad turnouts, so I don't know. That series may come to an end, so I may have Thursdays opening. All right, lights off on the pace car. We're ready to go racing again, folks. I hope you're ready. Tighten them straps down. Pace car is in. Daniel Smallwood and Galen Gidman on the front row. That's a deadly combination right there. 23 to go when they cross the line. Smallwood hits the throttle. Guys diving everywhere, trying to do some blocking if they can. They know the laps are winding down. Schweikert right there in third. Him and Gidman got a history. Don't want them two to get together, and there they go up the hill. That's not gonna set too well with these guys. And caution is out. Let's go see what happened here. I'm just saying that they have a history. They know what I'm talking about. Schweikert drives it into the turn here pretty hard. Gidman tries to come down. Schweikert tries to miss him, but man, caught that apron and just no way around it. He had to just go into the side of Gidman. Gets back in the throttle and keeps going. So that would be caution number 13, folks. Oh yeah, yes. Eric does have a very good Twitch. It's Epidemic. Throw the. I know you can't put a link up there, but throw his Twitch name up there. Epidemic something. I can't remember the end of the 318 or 618 or something like that. Who was going to get paycheck? Yeah, Eric's. You said Eric had he had a Twitch channel. Yeah, throw up his name. It's Epidemic something. I have it saved in my favorites list, but I can't get to that from here, so I'm not even going to try. Well, Smallwood's still in command. Been out there for 36 laps, so far he has led the most laps tonight. So far. Ryan Wilderson second, Schweikert in third, Matt Cucker fourth. And I don't see any of these guys coming down pit road. They don't want to give up that valuable track position. They're going to go out there on them old tires and try to do what they can do. And really, these tires aren't that old because they haven't ran that many green flag laps on them. Stephen Hollingsworth 5th, Ken Worley 6th, Travis Townsend 7th, Jeffrey Porter 8th, Ben Manning 9th, and Randall Drake breaking the top 10 again. In the Tide Ride, let me add. Nice looking truck. I like the Tide Ride. I was always a DW fan. And he drove the Tide Ride for the longest time, so. Okay, the lights are off on the pace car. We're ready to get this thing finished up here, folks. We'll get a chance to talk to the top 3 drivers at the end of the race. So pace car is in. Wilderson on the outside of Smallwood. Let's see how this goes. Smallwood hits the throttle. Good start. Schweiker right there. Wilderson on the outside. Schweiker trying to get a run on the inside. It looks like he does have it in there. And Matt Cucker in 4th now on the inside of Brian Wilderson. These guys battling hard here with the last closing laps. Wilderson just stuck on that outside and can't get down as Hollingsworth sticks his nose in there now. And here comes Travis Townsend to stick it in there too. So poor Brian Wilderson can't get down into the racing groove, and him and Travis get together. And here comes Ken Worley on the inside of Brian Wilderson now. Can't make it happen that time, and Jeffrey Porter closing up. Randall Drake in 9th. Did pick up 1 position. We've got some truck spinning back there, but I didn't see who that was. Josh Witherspoon on pit road, I guess. So Daniel Smallwood in command. 14 to go, coming to 13 to go. He's trying, Mr. Smallwood, he's trying. He's got some pretty tough customers right behind him. Oh, Schweikert a little loose that time, and that let Cucker close right up on him. These guys all protecting right now, not blocking, but protecting. Smallwood trying to keep that lead, protecting that inside line, because if somebody gets their nose under him, then it's all over. He'll go back real quick. He'll be just like Brian Wilderson was there just a little bit ago. You get stuck up on that high side, you can't get down. Cucker into the back of Schweikert, gives him a little love tap there in the turn just to let him know he's there. And Hollingsworth almost getting into the back of Cucker. Cucker really loosened the turn, opens the door for Hollingsworth, and we have a caution, folks. Oh, James Moss going around. Let's see what happened to James here. I think it was a self-spin, but I am not going to swear to that. Oh no, Eric Lambert might have got some help from Tony DeGennaro there. I don't know for sure. That's what it looks like to me. Eric may have come out into Tony, and that put Eric into the wall, and then he gathers up James Moss in the process, and James trying to save it. I'm sure he's in there just a sawing on that wheel, doing the old left turn, and it's just not turning left. Alright, so back up here live. Smallwood still in command. 9 laps to go, folks. This is going to be a short shootout. Probably going to be about 5 or 6 lap shootout here at the very end. We've had 14 cautions for 65 laps, folks. That's a lot of laps to be under caution out of a 150 lap race. 14 lead changes. Daniel Smallwood now has led 48 laps, so definitely the one out here to beat. Schweikert there with a lot of damage on that truck, but damage here on a short track really doesn't mean too awful much. As long as the car or truck is handling well, that's all that really matters. Aerodynamics are out the window. These guys don't need to stop for another pit stop. They're good to go on fuel. Nobody wants to give up track position, so they are what they are. Matt Cucker 3rd, Hollingsworth 4th, Travis Townsend 5th, Brian Wilderson 6th, Ken Worley 7th, Jeffrey Porter 8th, Randall Drake 9th, and Thomas Keene is your top 10. Well, I'm glad you've all enjoyed the show here tonight. These guys have put on a pretty interesting show. This is really not characteristic of their usual driving, but they still put on a good show. It's Martinsville. What can you expect? Kind of a flat track to drive on, not much grip, no banking to speak of in the turns. And I think it's only like a few degrees, 6 degrees or something like that. It's not really much. Thank you, Lonnie. Appreciate that. Come back and watch. Come back and watch again. Pace car is in. Daniel Smallwood hits the throttle. Schweikert on the outside with a great start. Matt Cucker trying to keep it stuck in there and not let Schweikert get down into that low groove. And Schweikert drives it in there hard. It catches the grass. No, caution is out one more time, and that could be the race here, folks. Calvin Troy into the inside pit wall. Let's watch and see what happens here. And that could be the race, I think, folks. Let's see what happened to Calvin. Oh, right there's what happened. It looks like we had a couple other guys get into it as well. James Lehman, let me rewind this back here and see what happened. Oh, looks like him and the 52 of Charles Grant gets together. James went up into the wall, come back down. Charles Grant plowed into him pretty good right there. That sent Calvin Troy into the inside. Some guys parted and got around him, and some guys didn't. Wow. Okay, so back up here. Smallwood still in charge. Large and in charge. Well, thank you, Mason. I appreciate that, man. That's pretty awesome. I tried my best. I've been doing it for about 3 years. I'd have to say this wasn't one of my best broadcasts tonight. A lot of issues to start the night out. I had trouble with YouTube and, oh man, blah, 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 blah. On and on and on from there. It just seemed like it snowballed. A lot of rookie mistakes tonight, and I don't usually make rookie mistakes, but I appreciate that. Well, let's see. White flag is in the air, and that's going to be the race, and Daniel Smallwood's going to come home the winner tonight. Whoa! What do you think of that, Mr. and Mrs. Smallwood? Daniel bringing the Dewshine truck into victory lane tonight. Congrats to him. Wow. We'll get up here. I'm sure he's going to be just pumped. We'll get him up here in TeamSpeak with us here in just a minute and get a word in with him. I'm sure he's going to be excited. Fine young driver right there you got, Mr. and Mrs. Smallwood. He loves this stuff and does an awesome job with it. And that's going to wrap it up for Daniel Smallwood. We'll see if we can get him up here. Daniel Smallwood, you got a copy?
Rudy, yes, I do.
Wow, it's about time, brother. You bring it into victory lane. Congratulations. Tell us about how difficult it was to stay out there in the front for 55 laps.
It was hard, but we saved those tires. We had a little help from restarts and everything, but that was awesome.
Well, a lot of cautions tonight. They actually played into your hand there in them closing laps. Schweikert was pretty tough. He was coming. Matt Cucker was there, Stephen Hollingsworth, so you had some pretty tough customers right behind you, but you managed to keep it out there in front, bring the Dewshine truck into victory lane tonight. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel good, Rudy. We finally got this out of the way. We gotta go win the championship now, but this truck has luck. We had some Dewshine beside us. That was luck.
Well, Mom and Dad were rooting you on, and so was I. And boy, I'll tell you, they're pretty proud of you. And I am too. So good job. So anybody you want to thank, Daniel?
Oh, we gotta thank Checkers Records and all time. They helped us out a lot at both series, especially John Swiker, Stephen Hollingsworth, Travis Townsend, Charles Grant Jr., Calvin Choi, Thomas Keane, everybody in this group. It's awesome we got going on. We got going to championship now.
I
All
haven't.
right.
I've been in the race.
John. Hold on, John. I drug you up here. Sorry.
Sorry, buddy. That's
all right.
all good.
All right. Well, okay. Well, thank you, Daniel, and I appreciate everything that everybody's been saying in there. You probably have one of the largest fan bases of anybody I know in iRacing, and I'll tell you, you got to be awful proud of that. Everybody roots for you. You're a fine young gentleman, and Mom and Dad very proud of you tonight. So, congrats on your win, and thanks for talking with us, Daniel.
Yeah, thank you, Rudy, and thank you for doing the podcast, man. You're awesome.
Thank you, sir. Okay, John, now it's your turn. Sorry, I didn't mean to drag you up in the middle of conversation. Tell us about how difficult your race was tonight, because, man, you were like a ping pong ball out there for a while.
I sure was, and I remember us talking before the race that, I painted this god-awful truck just white to match the wall because I figured it'd be bruised up, and it was. It's a really hard track, and this is a new tire model, a new model for the truck, so it's hard, and everybody's so close and loose off, and it was interesting. Battle of attrition tonight for the one truck.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you managed to bring it into second. You had Daniel ahead of you, and he's a good racer, and he deserved that win. There ain't no doubt. I mean, he led 55 laps tonight. You did get to lead one, so you did gather up that bonus point, but he deserved that win. There ain't no getting around it. He just did a bang-up job out there and just played it right. The cautions played in his favor toward the end. I'm sure you had a plan to get by him in the closing couple of laps, but it turned out to be a caution, and you couldn't quite get there. But still, you finished second, John. I'm sure you're probably happy with that, aren't you?
Yeah, and I'd like to say that I think Daniel earned that win. I mean, he hung on there. He stayed out on them old tires when we all pitted. I took two, which was a gamble, but it turned a lot better than his, and I just couldn't get there, and I was trying everything I could to hold off Matt. He was fast too, and he's always fast, so just trying to do the mirror and the front, it's hard to watch out both the windshield and the rear at the same time, so bringing home seconds, I feel good about that.
Well, that's good. Well, anybody you want to thank tonight, John?
Yeah, I want to thank my guys first and foremost over at the WCR camp, Ken, Matt, Brian. Brian worked on the set, and we just took it from there, and it was really fast, and we didn't do much changes to it, so it's kind of nice to just jump in there and take something quick. He's doing really good with these truck sets and cup sets, and I want to thank the guys over at ATM. It was kind of fun hanging with them, and thank you, Rudy, and the admins, and sorry to the fans tonight for such a crazy race. It's Martinsville, and sometimes you either get really good races or you get something like this, but I'm sure we'll go on to another race and put on a good show. Last, I want to thank all our soldiers and veterans, and my brother. 2 weeks, he's coming home.
Very cool, very cool. I know you're looking forward to that, John. But thanks a lot for talking with us, and congrats on second place tonight. A well-deserved hard run there at the end, man. I'm telling you.
Thanks, Rudy. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks. All right, this is Matt Cucker, right?
Yep.
Okay, I wasn't sure. You don't come in here as Matt. Yeah, I can hear you. Well, tell us about your race, Matt, because you were one that we were kind of watching, thinking that you had the truck to beat tonight. You've been on a pretty hot streak lately, so we really thought you were going to get up there, but you did manage to come from the back to the front a couple times and finish third tonight. So tell us about your racing.
It was pretty good. First and foremost, I got to thank Nick Ottinger. I mean, he hooked me up with this setup, and then I made some changes to make it a little bit faster. Yeah, early on, I was fast, very fast, and then I went to the back once, and Thomas Keane got out front. I think lap 40, I got in the back of him on accident, and looped him, so I pit. I felt bad. I went to the back, and then we went back green sometime down in there, and next thing I know, he's right on me and just goes into one and just, I don't even know, just took me out. So my car just went to junk after that. So it was just it was an okay night. Coming back up the third with a truck I just couldn't turn or do nothing with, so we'll take it.
Absolutely. Well, I'm maybe not one of the proudest runs you've ever had, but hey, third place looks good on paper, brother. Okay, well, anybody you want to thank tonight, Matt?
I mean, just Nick Ottinger, man. Rudy here at MaxSpeedTV and IWCR.
Okay, very cool, very cool. All right, well, thanks, buddy, and congrats on your third place tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we're going to run down through the results real quick here, and we'll get the heck out of here. All right, well, this is showing John Schweikert won, but I'm not sure why that's not correct, but okay. I think Daniel Smallwood won that. I'm pretty sure. But anyhow, showing John Schweikert won. But anyhow, Matt Cucker is supposed to be in third. We'll just run down through the way it's showing here. But everybody back won for some reason. I don't know what happened to Daniel Smallwood there. I guess I'll probably find out about it afterward. Brian Wolderson third, Randall Drake fourth, Jeffrey Porter fifth, Ben Manning sixth. Tony DeGennaro 7th, Thomas Keene 8th, Kevin Spalding 9th, and this is showing Daniel in 10th, and I don't know why. Stephen Hollingsworth 11th, Ken Worley 12th, Travis Townsend 13th, James Moss 14th, James Lehman 15th, Eric Lambert finishing 16th, Galen Gidman 17th, Joe Roberts 18th, Charles Grant Jr. in 19th, Calvin Troy 20th. Joshua Witherspoon, one of the new guys here, finishing 21st, and Danny Breeden, another one of the new guys, finishing 22nd. So again, congratulations. What I'm seeing here, Daniel Smallwood winning. I don't know if that's exactly 100% true, but according to the stats, it's showing not. But I guess we'll find out later. Yes, crazy race. Crazy race. Gotta agree with you guys. Thank you guys for watching tonight, and I appreciate it. Tune in, let's see, we'll be back Monday night for GAC, so tune in Monday night. I'll be going live about 8:15, I think 8:15 Eastern. We'll be live here on YouTube, so tune in Monday night for that. That'll be a great race. Running the B cars, I'm not sure exactly what track. That's another great league that has great races, and you'll be surprised. That's really a good one. So, all right, folks. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you another time. And till then, stay safe and have a good night, folks.